Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
And a splendid morning to you. This is Newsline, live as always from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo and broadcasting on TV1 and also available on Facebook and later on in about an hour's time on YouTube. And we are, of course, part of the Capital Marriage Group. And this morning, as the interest in the local government polls increases and everybody appears to be talking politics, we have also joined the same sort of theme, and we have with us Mr. Maithri Gunaratne. Very good morning to you, Mr. Gunaratne.
Thank you very much.
Now then, your party is also playing a part in these polls.
Yes.
So what sort of candidates, and are you contesting throughout the island or in certain areas?
Yes, we are contesting 65 local government bodies,
Right.
In 15 districts,
Okay.
including the north and the east.
Right.
We are contesting Trincomalee, we are contesting Ampara, we are contesting Vaunia.
Right.
So it is quite a formidable operation which we are doing.
Right.
And we are the 5th largest political party to contest the local government elections.
And can I just ask, how are you funding all this?
Funding, for us, the funding takes place, the candidates are funding their own campaigns.
So it's self-funded?
Self-funded campaign. And then there are well-wishers who have contributed for our administrative and other expenses.
Are there any funds available from government?
No, there is absolutely no funds available.
No, nothing at all?
No, not even the central bank funds.
Okay, nothing.
Nothing. Not even the bond funds we don't get.
You know no bond?
No bond.
It's okay,
funds.
well, right. But no, seriously, so it's all self-funded?
Yes.
All right. And so there are no limits. So each candidate can spend as much as they...
For us in this election, as I have told this program before, the expenditure is not as much as the previous proportional representation system.
Right.
Because you would know that this is a ward system which has come into play.
Right.
And in rural areas, it's only about 1,000 houses per ward. Right. And I don't see the need for posters and cutouts and all that. And anyway, for us, we are trying to go and do a better job for the local government organization. Now, if our candidates, if we propose to our candidates to do paste posters, we are going against our own concept and we are going against the cleanliness of a local government body.
I see.
Now, you can if you walk down some lanes, you will see walls have been plastered with posters. And when this kind of thing happens, I mean, you completely destroy the beauty of that area. So we have told our people, basically try to go house to house. That's the only way, door tapping, and speak to the people and ask them for their vote. And I must say, whoever who has gone has come across a very, very good response. And I am shocked, especially in Colombo. For us, some of the people have come out and said that no one has come and asked for a vote like this. And they are definitely going to vote for our party. So, I mean, they have been moved, and they have said, no, we like the candidates. We all look very respectable candidates. So we have, as a new political party, we have been able to attract some very good candidates, and we are going canvassing from house to house. And what I want to say is, for us, there is a very, very important burden on the voter.
Okay.
The person who is going to cast his vote on the 10th of February. Now, he has to choose who he is going to elect for that local government body to serve him. To serve him. Now, if someone is talking about a dengue problem that is in the local government area, the dengue problem can be sorted out if they appoint a proper representative in that area. Because now the representative will have 1,000 houses or 1,500 houses.
Yeah.
In Colombo, it can go up to about 2,500 houses. Right? So you can go to your representative and say, look here, look at this drain is full of mosquitoes. Why don't you come and do something about this? Right? So that kind of direct democracy is going to be practiced at this election. So what I'm saying is, even the voter, if the voter thinks, no, my grandfather was UNP, my great-grandfather was UNP, I also must vote for the UNP, God help the country. I mean, having voted for the UNP, you can see what has happened. It has, the present leadership has brought shame. Right? So, in the same way, if it's even the SLFP, or even the PA, or whatever, if they go on those lines and elect unsuitable people, don't complain thereafter. Don't blame the politician.
So what you're saying is the onus is on the vote.
I would say for us this time, 75% of the onus of voting, the correct person is on the voter and the voter alone. Having voted the wrong people, please don't come and say, politicians are all corrupt, but there is nothing that we can do, the country is going to the dogs, all that. Don't say that. This is an election where you have your choice. You can choose who the candidate is and vote for the proper candidate. If you vote for the proper candidate, I think we can transform this country to a better place.
So this is the beginning of this transformation.
For us, yes. I would say for us, this election, no party is going to win. It is the person who is going to win. It is the personality who is going to win. Right? And if we have good personality at local government elections, definitely the provincial council election is going to be bettered. Better candidates are going to go into the provincial council, and thus in 2020, in the parliamentary election, we will have 90% of these parliamentarians will be sent home. 90%. You mark my words that I said it today. 90%, and we will have a very, very good, responsible.
What you mean is that if this the transformation process carries on, then 90%
of the parliamentarians will go home. There will be better people, more responsible people who will be there. And I think 2 turns by 2020, 2025, we will have, I would say, maybe a 5-star democracy in this country.
Because that's something great and something to look forward to.
I'm looking, and I'm very, very positive. And that is why for us, that is why a new party like such as us, we contested this election with most vigor. And we have put 65 local government bodies we are contesting. 65 local government bodies, including Colombo. We are contesting Kotte, we are contesting Dehiwala, we are contesting Kasbeva, we are contesting Nigambo, and all 6
and
major
these are for local government polls.
Local government polls.
Now, I used to imagine, I had this perception that, these big use of all these big vehicles with all stickered, the whole vehicle stickered with their logo and their names and all that. And so I was in Kotte the other day, and I was astonished because it's local government, and there it was, this Prado, and it was completely liveried in all in the stickers and all that. And I was thinking, God, it can't be for the money because he's only going to get paid 10,000, or something like that. But is it the passion that? What is it?
No,
or is it the potential to make money?
No. The Local Government Elections Act has brought so many limitations with regard to propaganda.
Right.
Now you can't paste posters.
Right.
Right. You can't hang banners and you can't place cutouts wherever you want. It can be done only in your office. Only in your office, and that office has to be registered.
Oh, okay.
Right.
With the Elections Commission.
With the Elections Commission and the police and all that.
Right.
Then the only way you can advertise yourself is the vehicle you are traveling, you can carry your picture and your party symbol and all that.
Okay. Okay.
So these are the two ways of a person can advertise himself or say that he's contesting, or get the people to be aware of what is happening.
Right.
Right. So So the candidate, and you wouldn't even believe that even the candidate is precluded from going house to house.
The candidate?
Yes. He can't.
Do you mean if I was a candidate, I can't go house to house?
You can't go to house. So it's very unreasonable.
You know what? But that's a complete departure from the perception that I have had.
No. Even the candidate, technically the candidate cannot go.
So where should the candidate be?
Candidate is supposed to be. He's supposed to be at home and people have to vote. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
But in this Westminster-style democracy that everyone in our parliament seems to talk of, over there, they go house to house.
They do. Even here, for us, all these laws are there.
Yeah.
Like, it's like all the traffic laws. I mean, you have a traffic law which says you can't speed more than 60.
Yeah.
But people go at 80 or 100 or 120.
Yeah.
Right? So, these laws are more or less very used in a very, very flexible manner.
Right.
Right? But these are unfortunately, these have to be amended in a subsequent act of parliament.
So these are the things that they should be spending time amending.
These are the things they should spend time amending.
Now, I have a viewer who says, who are the good candidates? Maybe you should name them and say what they have achieved so far. How will people know, as you don't seem to see good people around anymore?
No. In the local government election, if anyone does some research as to who the candidate in their area is going to be,
right?
I think that is a must. And I feel for us, I mean, there are so many stations and so many organizations which do a profile check of these people.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone can come up with a system and say, okay, Colombo Municipal Council Ward number A, right? These are the candidates put up by these parties. These are their credentials, right? And gives a voter some kind of idea of who is contesting.
Right.
They will be able to have a choice.
Now, another viewer says, how far has your party managed to reach the whole country with your policies?
We cannot reach the whole country because we are contesting only 65 local government bodies.
Right.
So our local government bodies, we are extremely confident that we will get the decisive force. Our main theme is for the people to give us the decisive force, so that we know no party is going to get 50% of the council. So thereafter, if that happens, and that will happen, then the decisive force where we will have maybe 3, 5, 6 in small areas, but in the big councils we'll have more seats. So then we will be able to chip in and put our conditions and see that the council is run in a transparent manner, and where the people will benefit in the running of the administration.
Right, and then one more this question, and then we go into a small break. Somebody's asking a question as to how it's too long for me to say, but what they're asking is, how are you funding yourself?
Who?
The viewer, is they say to you. But they're asking you who's sponsoring you.
No.
Is it us? Is it them? Is it anyone? Who is it?
No, certainly not Sirasa.
No, I'm saying who is it?
There are well-wishers who are sponsoring me. And through those sponsorships only, I'm running the campaign forward, taking it forward.
I'm going to ask you a slightly unfair question. Are you personally wealthy enough to fund yourself?
To a certain extent, yes.
Right. On that note, we'll take a short break. Don't go away. This is Newsline.
Newsfirst, Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
Body lotions, the real story.
We use body lotions, but do you know what they're made of? Most lotions are made with petroleum oil-based mineral oil, as it is very cheap. But mineral oil clogs pores and prevents sweating. It affects natural skin processes and weakens the skin. Wrinkles appear. I always recommend body lotions made with natural oils for a healthy, beautiful skin.
Nature's Secrets Body Lotion, the only body lotion without toxic chemicals and mineral oil.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
And welcome back to Newsline. Now, here we go. There's another question from a viewer. So it's obviously you're quite popular. Well, everyone goes here because it's quite well received, our program. Is there any purpose in spending billions when 90% of the services rendered by local authorities are done by statutory bodies and others outsourced?
When they say statutory bodies, what do they mean by that?
I don't know. I can't. Maybe they mean, what can I mean?
No. What I think the viewer is asking is, now the local government bodies or we'll say the municipal councils, they are outsourcing, we'll say, the garbage collection. They are outsourcing various other services, and I feel it is. Why are they doing it? The simple reason is that the workforce which is presently engaged at each and every municipal council don't seem to be efficient, or they just don't want to work like every other government organization. Right. So in order to make this more efficient, what has happened is they have subcontracted, we'll say, garbage collection to a private party. Okay. So now that has been done because otherwise this becomes a problem. So I don't think that is a solution. Right. What has to be done is, for us, they need to get the people who have been employed, because mind you, there are people employed and working. And if my figures are right, there are more than 10,000 people employed in the Colombo Municipal Council. 10,000, if my figures are right. If it is much more than that, and still there isn't an efficient running of the municipal council.
Why is that? Well, is that because it's all politics and not professionalism?
No, there is absolutely no professionalism. It is all politics, and most of them come and sign the book in the morning. They go and they run their three-wheelers or do their various businesses, come and sign it in the evening, and then thereafter they are paid. So this is the plight of a local government body. And I will, with responsibility, I am saying, 90% of the people who are working in these local government bodies, I don't think work 1 hour or 2 hours a day on behalf of the local government body.
Under the Rajapaksa government, I personally met somebody who was a driver at the port, but he was actually never
working there.
He had a tanky boat tour, so he was quite well off in Tangol, and he was just scamming the government of whatever the salary was.
That happens in almost all these big government organizations where there are so many people. This happens because for us now, one thing the government should do is, we'll say you take an organization. It should say the maximum cadre this organization can have is so much. Anything more than that, the person who appoints is responsible for the payment. Right? What happens is, now for us, all these government organizations which are going bankrupt, it is because they have been overburdened with unnecessary people working there.
I'm trying to figure out how intense your party is. Do you have an office in Colombo?
Yes.
Where is that?
In Balikada.
Okay. So that's a registered office. That's your...
No, not the registered office. That is our elections office. Our elections office, yes.
So have you got flags out there?
No, we have not put any flags out.
You can only have those things...
in the candidate's house.
In the candidate's office. Right, got that. Okay. Then there's... no, you can't phone us. You only got to send SMSs. Can an independent third party drive around with a poster recommending a candidate?
No. Independent third party cannot. No. One candidate cannot recommend another candidate.
So, technically speaking, I wouldn't be able to have, if you were a candidate, I know you're not, because you're the Secretary General of that party, but if you were, I couldn't have your posters on my car.
No, you can't.
All right.
You can't.
I could only have my things if I'm candidate.
Yes. Or if you have given your car for me to use, then I can carry my poster in your car. And that also has to be registered with the police.
No, the fact that the car... Which is pretty good, the system.
The system is good. System is good, but the point is for us, the violations also happening in a grave manner. So I don't think the system can cater to can arrest or bring the violators to book.
Right. Now we've gone through the sort of legalities and so on of it and the funding, but what, in your view, what are the main issues that people want solved?
Main issue for us is the dengue issue, which has engulfed, and I think it is worse than the terrorist issue which we have had.
Wow.
Before.
That's serious.
That's serious, because dengue is a huge problem, and people are really affected by that, because it is the children who are getting affected. So the parents are very concerned about it. 1. 2, the garbage disposal. 3, the time wasted in getting approvals. Now, if you go into
approvals for what?
Now, we say for us, you need to get building approvals from the local government authority. Now, if you go now, you will want to clobber 2-3 people before you come out, because it's so bad and so corrupt, right? That they just don't move a file if there is no money coming in. Right?
This is terrible.
This is the fact. Then 4, corruption. Which we will be able to reduce the corruption.
Corruption where?
Corruption in the local government body. Now, when under this system, as I told you, the expenses come down by about 90%. 90%. So when it comes down by 90%, when the candidate doesn't have to spend so much of money, he does not have. There is no need to go and start robbing from the local government body, or after he becomes a member, right? So I feel corruption also can be reduced to a great extent.
Now, this viewer is asking, is the bond scam an issue?
Well, the bond scam is an issue because when a political party which has got tainted with getting involved in this bond scam, when they go and they ask for a vote...
The reason, I think the reason this viewer is asking that, or it's the way I'm interpreting it, is that these are local government elections.
Yes.
So are the people at a local level?
No. For us, the point is this. The voter is very keen to know as to who is going to handle the affairs. And if the person who is going to handle the affairs have been, or the party has been tainted with some kind of illegal activity like the bond scam, I mean, they are going to be very, very careful with regard to voting to a person who belongs to that kind of party. So vis-a-vis that, they are concerned. They are concerned. But the main concern should be, I would say, the caliber and the integrity of the candidate who has been put for that vote. Now, if that is good, what I'm saying is not our party, any party. If the candidate, the caliber is good, is decent, he will work for the area, I say, I mean, by all means vote for a good person. All means vote for a good person. But what I'm saying is, if our person is good, if the candidate we have submitted is good, then please vote for them. Please vote for them, because otherwise we cannot change this. We cannot change this decline in standards in this country for us.
And of course, you've got the media who's watching this whole thing, and you know that we will be scrutinizing everything.
No, definitely. No, for us, in fact, I wanted to thank you because you have been very, very vociferously and steadfastly.
Me as in Team News First.
The Citizen News. With regard to this bond scam, I mean, you all, I think, blew it up first of all, and you drove it through completely till it went up to a presidential commission, and this report has
we haven't finished yet.
Yeah, not finished yet, because we haven't seen, none of us have seen the report. But I think, hats off. You all have done an excellent job with regard to exposing all these culprits. And although they try to say that this has a personal agenda, I can't see any kind of personal agenda. The main premier bank in this country has been robbed, right? And it is your duty.
But it's true. Now, I read a report in the island, which has disappeared from here, but in which the Prime Minister is claiming that 400 million or 400 billion, a big amount of money, has been missing but through the EPF in the previous government. What I say is then they must, I would welcome that, because we must get to the bottom of that.
No, for us the point is this, before talking of what has been lost at during the previous government, does the Prime Minister take 3 years to realize that? What has he done? For 3 years he has been the Prime Minister. What has he done with regard to the loss which has taken place within the...
He's been rebuilding the independence of the judiciary. He's been re-establishing the media freedom. What about that?
No. What has he done with regard to that after he has been exposed?
Yeah.
He has been exposed. I mean, what I'm saying is, for us, whatever said and done, Ravi Karunanayake, whatever said and done,
yeah.
he was involved, or he got involved, his name, he resigned. Yeah. Right? Now, here for us, the Prime Minister, the central bank, do you know that for us, central bank came under the Prime Minister? The central bank came under the Prime Minister. Yeah. So, how can something which comes under the Prime Minister, how can Ravi Karunanayake take the responsibility for that?
That's true. I feel he's like a fall guy.
Right. So therefore, now they are trying to make Ravi Karunanayake a scapegoat. I hope he realizes it. Right. And what I'm saying is, in this instance, after this report, it is the Prime Minister who should resign. If he claims to be a Democrat and all these fancy things, that he's a Democrat in the International Democratic Association, all that, it's he who should resign. And if he does not resign, for us, I think the President should remove him from being the Prime Minister, because whilst being the Prime Minister, he has all the power to influence various other agencies with regard to prosecution with regard to the bond scam. So that's a very, very dangerous situation to be in. So that is if you remove him and then the Attorney General is given the directive to prosecute all these people who are involved, then that is real transparency. That is what you call real transparency, because otherwise 100% for us, he can influence anything in this country. Even the Constitutional Council can be, he will be able to influence the Constitutional Council.
Far-reaching consequences, but we must leave that for a different, another program. Now then, I think the most sensible message from a viewer has been this. And this viewer is saying people should vote for individuals, not for parties and families, like their forefathers have done.
Precisely. That is exactly what I said when I started the program, and I'm happy that I have been.
Well, there you go. Your message has gone out there.
Yeah, that's perfectly correct. That's perfectly correct. No, and it is the voter who has sole responsibility in putting a person for the job. Because for us, just take it like this: if you recruit a driver for your vehicle, or you recruit a driver, you will check his credentials. You will check his testimonials. You will check his ability. You will give him a test drive. Right? And then only you will take him in. But how come we just go and vote for parties and people without checking their ability, their suitability? And then what we do is we complain and start crying about politicians and all that. So don't let this happen, please. As responsible citizens, all of us have a responsibility in voting for the correct person, choosing the correct person, because our main aim is to make this country a better place. And I feel that should be the aim of the citizen. So please vote for the correct person and make this country a better place.
Thank you, Maithri Gunaratne. I'm going to leave you with this last question, but we won't have time to do it. But many messages which I haven't been able to read. But this one says, why are punishments very slow for political robbers?
No, that is because there is interference in the process. That is the very reason I said.
It's a departure from process.
It's a departure from process. That is the very reason I'm saying for us, if the bond scam report is going to be put into practice, or if they're going to prosecute these people, the Prime Minister and all these culprits cannot hold position. They must be removed. And we are.
But after a proper legal process, we can't ask them.
No. No, because for us, no, if the,
because
as Prime Minister...
the commission is not the judge and the jury.
No, point is for us, the Prime Minister, if there is an allegation, if there is allegations against him, this is coming under his own ministry. He is the minister in charge of the central bank. He is the person who has appointed Arjuna Mahendran. He is the person who has protected Arjuna Mahendran. So isn't there responsibility on his part to resign? Because he talks of high democratic principles. He is a person who talks of high democratic principles. So isn't it his duty to resign?
Are you saying that it is his moral duty to resign?
Definitely.
Maithri Gunaratne, we'll have to extend this conversation into another program. But thank you very much for coming here and sharing your expertise. And that's the way it was on Newsline on January the 9th, 2018, which is a Tuesday. Take care and God bless.
Thank you.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.